Hi, and welcome to Strata Committees and Complex Decisions. This is a short presentation that I've been thinking about over a long period of time, and I've finally got around to putting it together. And there's a few insights that I think all our Strata committees can take away from this. First of all, the UNSW City Futures Research Centre surveyed a number of New South Wales committee members in Strata. And they found 39% of respondents indicated they had experienced problems with decision making. I'm going to posit that the solution to this is we need to get everyone to a decent level of understanding, a level of understanding that's not truncated. Everyone needs to be involved, and the solution space needs to be demystified and, most importantly, depoliticized. So some of the key challenges in Strata, if you're not familiar with the term NIMBYism, it stands for not in my backyard. Also, more than 50% of the residents in Strata don't have English as a first language. In our Strata industry, many Strata managers are required to manage over 35 apartment buildings or more. And so the Strata managers are only paid enough to do basic administration, not consult to the buildings. And in larger Strata management companies, you'll find that Strata managers are not incentivized to share knowledge across their portfolios. And another thing is the Strata committee members tend to develop relationships with individual Strata managers. They don't actually connect with the Strata management brand. So one of the problems when it comes to making complex decisions in Strata committees is that you're operating within a realm of bounded rationality. You've got cognitive limitations, information imperfection, and probably most importantly, time constraints. So if you bring these three challenges into the mix, you end up with a bounded rationality environment. And that leads to satisfying behavior when it comes to making decisions. That means the decisions can actually be suboptimal. So some of the key problems in Strata committees is you've got free riders. There are people that aren't actually carrying their weight and reading through all the background material and are voting on a limited understanding or voting while following someone else who they trust on the committee. Some of our Strata committees have authoritarian leaders. Chairpersons sometimes use consultants or subcommittees for information manipulation in order to get their own position across. Some Strata committees use deliberation and delay as a routine tactic to avoid making difficult decisions. And if you think about it, Strata committee members are self-selecting. There's no criteria to join the Strata committee except you turn up at the annual general meeting and nominate yourself. Anyone who wants to be on the committee can be on the committee. Another issue is there are reputational fears, and this is a hurdle for Strata committee members who want to introduce change to the building. Their own reputation amongst the committee and the other owners could likely be impacted. And finally, there's low education around formal Strata processes, and some of these Strata processes are purposefully ignored. One of the key issues when it comes to Strata committees making complex decisions is the issue of information asymmetry. You've got people that have been in the building, living in the building for a longer period of time. You've got people on the Strata committee who have been on the Strata committee for a longer period of time. And in effect, they carry the Strata corporate memory with them, which is itself a form of information asymmetry. Asymmetry also comes into place when you have an expert. For example, if there's an electrical engineer or a structural engineer or an accountant who's on the Strata committee, those people have an asymmetric information advantage over the other committee members. And what you can see in this model is that asymmetric information actually negatively impacts the trust and negatively impacts the reputation of those individuals who carry the asymmetric information. Furthermore, if someone does have asymmetric information, it can be positively correlated with adverse selection. it can be positively correlated with moral hazards, which again is correlated with opportunistic behavior. Now, all of these things serve to create reputational hazards for people on strata committees who carry information asymmetry, i.e., those that know more about a particular subject than others and who might be trying to lead and guide down a particular path. So, just to finish up, Wollongong University's done some research into one particular area, which is a complex decision for strata to make, and that's in the area of making solar decisions. And Wollongong University's actually come up with the apartment-based solar adoption model. And you can see that there are three broad areas in this model which chart the course of a strata committee through the complex decisions that they have to make in order to move forward with the solar system. So the three broad areas are motivations of people, the opportunities that exist for that particular strata scheme, and then the abilities of people on the strata committee or within the greater owners corporation body of owners. So basically, these are all the drivers that have been identified that come into play through a complex decision-making process that needs to be taken on by, say, a strata committee that wants to navigate its way through to installing solar panels. So I hope you've enjoyed strata committees and complex decision-making. Thank you.